I started getting interested in like trying to improve anything I really could in this game. And it started with a thought in the snake fight, which came out to just be a safer and a little more consistent of a strategy. But I found out with that fight, like, it's not going to get any faster than the way we have it now. Unless we literally replicate the TAS, which is, I really doubt that's going to happen. And then I was messing around in the Jafar fight, and I ended up finding a strat. It's like 30 to 40 frames faster, depending how fast you can do it. And then, I don't know, I just started coming up with ideas for possible strats and stuff. But the one thing that was really holding me back was the management for apples, because the route before this run that I'm about to show was very tight on apples. You couldn't sacrifice a single one to anything. They were already in optimized places where changing them anywhere would make something else slower. So really, to get started with anything, I needed to find another apple vase to hit. And with the help of Bottle Cat, he actually just gave me like a strategy suggestion, and it ended up working in Genie 1. So you get a lot more apples, and it ends up saving a significant amount of time throughout the run, being able to do some other things you're not able to do beforehand, because the apples were, you only had 10 of them throughout the whole run, besides when you would get the refill at Palace, but that's the very last that's the last Palace of the game. So I mean, it was pretty tight most of the run. So with all of that, I decided to finally make this theory test. I guess I'll just start playing it now. Why not? Actually, wait a minute. I need to put a timer up here. That'd be cool. Actually, I don't really know what else to do except to just like throw it in that tiny bottom left corner there, because I have all that movement info up and stuff. I don't want to delete any of that, though I'm sure I'll mention all that stuff during the run anyway. But let's see. Hopefully that's not too small, but oh well. So right away here I do jump to manipulate this guy from moving at me quicker, because you're not able to jump on that pole if you don't do that. Grab the cape as soon as you can, and apple this guy. You can do the other archer strat, but that's a 3-frame window, and that's really hard and really reset heavy. So in exchange of that, you have to do the top route here. But it actually ends up, when you combine both of them together, it ends up being exactly the same. So, I mean, it's really just a matter of picking and choosing what you want to do. The cape pumping in this theory test is, doable in real time. I actually, calculated my average pumps per second throughout 10 AMREC recordings I had lately of attempts. So I pretty much just based it off of that. And then just looked at it visually too, just to make sure it was fine. When you're going down those ropes, you don't want to have the dash button held at all. Like when you jump into them as well. If you have the dash button held, you'll get like a short jump afterward. Yeah, Jaden did that for God Test pretty much. He just did real-time pumps. As far as I know. So yeah, enter this, take advantage of that downslope right away and jump. When you do damage boosting, you want to hold the opposite direction that you want to boost some amount of frames before you actually do it. And for this apple throw here, you want to throw that apple at the peak of your jump so it doesn't hit the bat below you. It's pretty easy, honestly. You just gotta know that little trick. Also, the damage boost that I did off the bat at the beginning saves about 40 frames. And it's a 4-frame window. You have to jump like 10 to 14 frames high. And you'll get it. The early log here is actually a pretty easy trick in my opinion. You don't have to pump nearly as much as I'm doing here. But of course it's more optimal to do so. And then you want to sneak under that boulder and take a boost forward. That's really hard to do though. There's like barely any room to do that trick. So alternatively, if you just want to like run into it or something, there's really nothing else you can do. When you fall down into the money at the end of 2-1, isn't it faster to cancel the fall with the cape to avoid the high drop animation? Well actually, from that point onward is like a fixed timing. You have to wait, at the very end of the level, you have to wait for a boo to catch up to you regardless, because if you start that cutscene as soon as possible, he's gonna walk towards you. Versus, if you wait just before the cutscene starts, he'll keep running towards you, and I mean that's obviously faster. So it saves significant time too. With that jump there, you're usually in real time. You're usually gonna get 1 to 2 lag frames jumping onto those 3 gems there. But you want to wait for the 2 side, like fire rocks or whatever. You want to wait for those 2 to leave the screen. And you want your first gem refill to be towards the end of this level here. And then I had a little bit of fun with this part. Funny enough, I always really didn't like that auto-scroller until I got like pretty good at this game. Like even when I was first doing runs for a while, I really didn't like it because I would die sometimes. Alright, so this is where things really start to open up in terms of newer strategies. Right here, double apple throw. That's a pretty small window, but it's actually easier than you think. I'm quite consistent at it at this point. Also, apparently there's one frame where you can make that jump, but I couldn't do it no matter what, so... I mean, honestly, I haven't even seen any video of it either. That's just Hulk told me that he's done it. I mean, it's not like I don't believe him or anything, but I couldn't figure out at all how to do it. I tried numerous things, but I couldn't get that jump, so it was whatever. Yeah, getting that early apple vase really opened up some newer strategies. Because you see I have 20 now, and that's more than plenty. If you end up only collecting one apple, that's gonna give you 10, and I mean you could use a few more than that, so you can still apple the vase in Palace 1 if you want. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from doing that. You should have enough apples at that point, I'm pretty sure too. So, alright, for this part here, these genie tongues are on a global timer, so there's plenty of different strats and stuff you can do. You just have to, you know, stay in time. This section here, I think I figured out these jumps actually. With that one you have to like walk a good bit, and then with that one you have to jump like at the very edge. You don't even have to land at the very edge there and jump, but you have to be like at the very edge to make that. Because that was the only time I was consistently making it. And then with the jump before that, I was consistently making it if I was running a good amount. Like, if I made it onto that previous platform, like without doing too much of a jump onto it. In other words, if I was landing right at the edge of the previous platform and then going to the right edge and then going up, I was able to make the jump. This here, you want to take advantage of that, the sand cycling to the right because you're moving a bit faster, so you want to do jumps to retain that speed. And then at that part there, you saw I barely did any cape pumps. That's to reduce lag. This is pretty new here. Pump under that guy, apple that guy so you could get a lot of pumps in. And then here's a new strat. This saves 20 frames. Apple those two bats when you jump up. And it even saves health too, like if you end up messing up or something. I mean, that's a bit of an upside. I was trying to find somewhere where I could, you know, take a damage boost or something, but there really isn't anywhere that's faster that I could find. So yeah, this level you really, this is a really important level to do consistently. This strat here, this is actually now, it saves 5 frames. And then appling that guy, that saves a decent amount of time actually, because otherwise you have to like jump onto him, and then like that animation in general of jumping onto enemies is quite a bit slower than just being able to fully jump over them and stuff. But anyway, about that strat, that 5-frame saver, that strat is actually really hard to do because of the hook that's right after the archer. It's pretty low and you have to do like a 3-frame jump at most. Like you could do a 1-frame or 2-frame or 3-frame to be able to jump under it without hooking onto it by accident. So I guess in real time it's really worth it to just do the normal strat for consistency's sake. So yeah, a little more on the movement information on the left. The decreased speed on upslopes. You want to avoid upslopes at all if possible, but like if there's a pretty long upslope, you just want to continuously jump to retain the just your normal running speed, because you know when you're running up a slope you're going really slow. So if you can avoid the upslope, if it's just a little upslope, just completely jump over it. Or, I mean, if you land like right on it or something, then just jump immediately after. But if it's a long one, just continuously jump until it's over. You'll go a lot faster. And use cape pumping too, if you're able to. So yeah, you want to end with like 66 to 70 gems after the carpet ride. Right here, apple that guy, that saves a good bit of time because you could pump over him. And then yeah, you actually want to cape mash the whole part even though you saw lag. It's actually still faster to do that. And then you saw I threw the apple at the sword enemy. And that's significantly faster than appling the vase and having to like fully cape over him. This one you don't have to do that, but the timing is a lot tighter if you don't. And then here's some new strats right here. Check this out. I'm appling some of these so I can get so when I do the jump down the slope I get a bigger jump. And I'm going just a little bit faster for each of those. I get a little more distance. And that's one of the KOs right there that control you. That guy, actually, that was a troll pattern right there, but since I was able to do some cape pumping past it, I was barely able to pass him up. And then this, you want to jump on that little down slope there and then do your cape pumping so you could get past the swords. Same with that part. Damage boost to the left, and then you get 3 green gems here to get your refill right before the fight. And here's the new Jafar strat. You just want to line up all the way on the left, wait for him to start moving towards you. Jump, hit him, hold the cape. When you hit him, alright. Right there, the consistent way to do that actually, just when you hit him the first time, just only hold the jump button until Jafar hits the ground, and then hold jump and cape. I don't know why that always works. Like, I used to get damaged a lot when I would just hold cape and jump the entire time. But I figured out if you hold only jump, just for that small time window, just on that one hit, for some reason, you seem to always avoid taking damage. And here comes the snake fight. It's not any faster or anything. Oh, the Jafar fight saved, that specific timing saved 40 frames over the old strat, and the old strat is really hard too. I would really not recommend it at all. It's a lot harder to do. But yeah, with the snake fight, it's nothing faster. What was that, like a 1615 or something? That was 1614. Yeah, I mean, like, even it's really crazy with all this, and it's still only 13 seconds faster than the record. Ain't that some crazy shit, dude? You noticed I threw that apple, though, during the snake fight. That actually saved me 30 frames. It saved half a second over letting it go. Or even just hitting it a little bit later. And actually the window on that is pretty tight. I actually wouldn't recommend trying to apple that rock or whatever, because the timing is really dumb for it, but I did it anyway since, you know, in theory you could definitely do it every time. Yeah, that snake fight is more consistent and safer. But as far as speed goes, it's not getting any faster than, you know, that fight there, or, you know, just watch Hulk's fight in his PB or whatever. It's not getting faster than that. So I think I covered most of the things that I wanted to say about this. I guess if anyone has questions, I can answer them too. It's no problem. But I was pretty close to finishing my tutorial before, but kind of have to make a new one for the most part. There's a few sections I can keep that didn't change at all or anything. How many frames lost bouncing off things? I don't remember exactly. I think it was about 7 or 8. But I can't remember exactly. It's a number around there though. I would safely say 5 to 8 frames, but I would have to check again exactly. But there's also other situations like where we would jump over some enemies, but we would have to like fully cape over them for the most part. And as long as you can cape up fine, then that's just as slow as well. So I mean, as you see, there were numerous enemies that I was able to do that with in the series test, so it adds up. Yeah, it's a decent amount. It wouldn't be bad if it was like 1 or even 2, but I mean, there's numerous. But now we could just throw apples at them and jump and do full K pumping over them. But honestly, I kind of like, I don't think I'm gonna get on the updating like a new tutorial right away. I kind of used all my motivation already for the last one, and I was like pretty much done it too. No, I kind of don't have much motivation to just do a whole nother one right away. So I guess this will be what people can link in terms of a tutorial and stuff for now. Because I pretty much did explain all of the movement and stuff and a lot of the strats. The only thing is there's a lot of alternative strats you could do that are safer and all that other stuff that are a bit slower. But in terms of that, for now, you can watch like my old PB videos. I have plenty of old PBs that do plenty of safe strats and stuff. And like those times were like 17s and stuff, so like low 18. So for now, I would really recommend looking at those too, if you feel like it. And want some, you know, if you're like really stuck on a part or something and really can't think of anything, just look at people's videos, see what everyone does there. Look at all my old PBs. I have plenty of safe strats. I used to play like really safe with this game for a while. Yeah, I was in the middle of making a tutorial for a little bit and I was just about done. But yeah, now it's pointless to put out because now it's just a lot of old stuff. It's not just that, but a significant amount of the old stuff is harder. So there really is no point. So if no one else has any questions, I'll leave it at that and highlight this.